I do like to refer a lot of business their way because their work is pretty accurate. So let's go ahead and, I don't want to see that. Okay, don't know what's going on. Guess we'll do it like this. Okay, let's go ahead and have a seat and see how we can do this. I'm going to show you some demos on some cool appliances that they have. I'm going to flip the camera so you can see. If it's going to let me do that. All right. So one of the favorite things to do when I go to shows is take a look at their appliances and see what they have, because sometimes it gives me some great ideas. Nice shoes, huh? All right. So what do we got over here? And so I haven't even asked them, and this is just based on my experience. We've got a variety of different expanders, fixed expanders. This one's got this one has J hooks on it. So you see those hooks on the side right there? Like these suckers right here. These J hooks are used for a protraction face mask. So if you want to do expansion face mask therapy in a maxillary deficient patient, that's a great option. I've actually never done a removal one. I've always done fixed. This has a lot of class, so supposedly it's going to stay in. I don't know. It seems awful bouncy to me. Here's another one. This one is fixed. It's an expander with occlusal acrylic and J hooks. Okay, that's a little bit more common. This is just your regular, like a Schwartz expander, it looks like. This is like a Williams, like a lower expander. This is a anterior sagittal Schwartz with occlusal acrylic. So if you don't know what these things are, you can look up these individual terms by going to my YouTube site, Straightsmile Solutions, and from there you can put in any of these keywords. If you find that little magnifying glass, so you can put in the word Schwartz or sagittal, and it'll explain what this is. But this is a Schwartz anterior sagittal with occlusal acrylic. So good for anterior cross bites with a slightly deep bite where you need to jump the bite. You can use this instead of putting occlusal bite ramps that you glue on in the back. This is also a Schwartz with occlusal acrylic, but it has 2 screws, which means you're going to get more widening towards the front. It looks like it also has an anterior bite plate, so that is for deep bites. This is also a lower expansion device. It looks like they're gluing it to the baby teeth. That's interesting. I've never really needed to do that. More regular stuff. This is pretty nifty. I saw this one and I liked it. This looks like a removable tongue crib, but I mean, I've always seen it before with a fence. This one's like almost on a night guard, and it has like a little acrylic ramp. So I guess you would wear it at night, and when you're home, it'll help to retrain your tongue. Certainly a nice option. I mean, personally, I think a fixed is better, but because you're going to get a lot more exercise if you're wearing it 24/7. What is this? Oh, this was meant just to be like a removable flipper. Not quite sure what this is, so I'm going to skip that. That's probably a sleep appliance. This is some type of distillizing device to distillize molars. Personally, I prefer removables on those. Same thing here, some type of fixed. You guys always ask me about fixed distillation devices. This is what it looks like. Super uncomfortable, but they have these springs, and this is the anchorage up here. Same thing here. Here's another one. This one has like also an expansion in it and maybe a little bit of a bite ramp. These are the little areas that you turn. There's little jack screws in there that you're going to turn. This is another anterior sagittal, but this one is without the expansion. So this is to jump an anterior crossbite where you don't need expansion, and this is to lift the occlusion. Here is another anterior sagittal, if I get this right. Another one. This one without the bite ramps. This is just an adjustable, this is like an anterior arch. Interesting. Never quite seen anything like this. I don't know why you'd want to use that, but that's interesting. This is another expander. This one has a finger spring. I don't really care for finger springs, but that's what that is for. And the labial bow will help to prevent this from flaring out as you go. Here's another fixed expansion device. This one's kind of interesting. It's fixed, but they're gluing it on the buckle there, and there's rests. So that's kind of neat. I've never seen anything quite like that. It seems like a lot of work to put on. Here's more expansion. So many different expansion devices. This one can be activated to help to align front teeth right here. These are indirect bonding trays. You can go ahead. I guess they're selling indirect bonding as well. These are really rigid trays. I like these trays that they made. Here's another expansion with the J-hooks device. This one's pretty common. This is like what I usually use. And removable J-hooks device. Actually, this is pretty. I'm impressed. This is actually pretty retentive. So this has, is it J-hooks? Oh, my bad. No, this is a circumferential retainer. That's what that is. I thought those were J-hooks. But the bow is clear. That's pretty nifty. I didn't even notice that was a retainer. I thought it was J-hooks. I couldn't even see it. All right, well done. That's quite retentive. Holy cow. Even hard to put on with one hand. And another sagittal. This is help to distalize molars if you need to help to eliminate crowding by pushing the back teeth back. So lots of cool stuff here. They also have some examples of lab slips if you want to see them. A lot of information about retainers. They have a lot of good handouts here if you haven't seen this. But this is their, oh, we can do their lab slip. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, let's go over their lab slip. We'll see what we have. It's always a good one. I've done one for specialty appliances. We'll go over it for Ohlendorf. Obviously, you're going to need to put in your information, patient's name, address, and when you want it back. If there's an issue, you want to mark that, right? What else? So there's space maintainers here. There's lingual arches and nances. These are all different types of space maintainers. These ones, some of these things I don't know what they are. You've got various habit appliances for thumbs versus tongues. Depends on how they create it. There's RPEs, rapid or RMEs, with molar bands only, molar bands and bibands. I usually just do molar bands only. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. Okay. Riconators. Riconators can be inclined or flat. They are to help, it's a fixed appliance to help grow a jaw. It's okay. It works somewhat okay. I've never heard of a fixed Schwartz appliance. I thought Schwartz was always removable. A Williams is a lower expander that's fixed. These are expanders as well. There's all different things. Indirect bondings, fixed retainers, lower bondings. Here's removables. Oh, I see. These are all fixed. Okay, got it. You've got Hollies. Hard for you guys to see. Hollies, removable retainers, clear Essex, spring retainers. Not my favorite Inmans. I'm not a big fan of those. Schwartz, you know what those are. I'm not that into splints. We know about bionators. There's 1, 2, and 3 bionators. I always get them confused. I believe a bionator, one is for deeper bites and one is for open bites, and you can go ahead and take a look at that. Usually for me, there's expansion twin blocks and not, so they not, but a lot of cool stuff here, and 2 screw sagittal, 3 screw sagittal, we went over that. So anyways, all right, cool stuff. This is upside down the whole time. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully you guys got to see it. All right, I'll talk to you.